Hey everyone, how are y'all? Sorry I am late. Y'all make sure to hit the thumbs up, put your chat on live chat. That way y'all can see all the comments. And also make sure y'all do the poll whenever y'all come in. If y'all don't mind, please. Hold on just a second. Hey Sally May, how are you? Hold on just a second. I'm sending a text message. Oh shit. Y'all, I need to mute for just 1 second. Hey Meta Mom, how are you? I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, sorry. The dog was still in my room. He wasn't supposed to be in here. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying. Yeah, there was supposed to be somebody here to sit with my son tonight while I was live, and they wasn't here, and that's why I had to keep pushing the time back, and they still haven't gotten here. Oh shit, Betty Joe. Betty Joe, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were sitting backstage.
You're all right.
I had to get up. I didn't know the dog was still in my room when I locked up. So I had to get up and let him out. The people are still not here to sit with my son while I'm live. They're late. Oh, about to come a storm. Pray the internet don't act up again tonight. Jeez. Okay, they're pulling in now, so we're good. They're only 15 minutes late. That's all. Okay, so Avery said that she probably won't be up here tonight unless it's later on because she had company that showed up. I need someone to sit with me too. Sally Mae, if I was there, girl, me and you would party it out all night. I'd have you so tired and wore out you couldn't help but to go to sleep. Okay, now I gotta take my shoes off. Yo, I don't know. I'm just all out of whack tonight. For real. It's been hot as I don't know what here today. Like, I don't know if I'm ready for this hot weather.
Better get ready.
I'm gonna be complaining. Before the month of June, I'm gonna be complaining. I'm sorry. Like, this is
Yep.
crazy.
Last few days it's been 90 degrees.
Yes, I know. Hey, Vapor, how are you? Sally Mae. Vapor, you should be happy. I went live late tonight. I don't know, y'all. You were complaining about the cold this week. Hey, I was ready for the cold weather, but I got tired of that shit quick. I can tell you.
Well, yeah. But see, the bad part is now it's like it goes from summer to winter, from winter to summer. What happened
Yeah,
to fall and spring?
in spring, I know, and then the humidity is horrible here.
Yeah.
And with these storms and everything, I'm pretty sure here in a few minutes while we're live, y'all will hear it thundering because it's supposed to be a thunderstorm coming through. But with the storms and all that, the humidity is just it's like really bad out there.
Yeah. We're supposed to get them Wednesday.
Ugh. I'm so sick of rain, y'all. For real. Every now and then, every few years, we get all this rain that causes everything to flood around here. And that's what's happening this year. Now I got to change the batteries in my baby. Hold on. Put new batteries in the truck. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So Avery was wanting to come up tonight and talk about a case. We had talked about what's the woman's name? Tracy Kegley. We had talked about her like very briefly. I believe like once I started back doing lives. Uh, Metamom said, Avery, your company can leave. I don't know if she's still in here now, Metamom. She dropped in earlier. But anyway, she has sent me a couple of links. Didn't have time to look over all of them. But I do know that she was wanting to talk about that and kind of dig into it to see if we could find anything out, even though it was from 1998. Betty Jo, she's fine. She didn't hurt anything.
I'm trying to keep her quiet, but
No, she's fine. If people don't like it, then they ain't got to be in here. She's here every night with us, so she's not hurting anything. But so I'll probably just wait for her to come up when she can to talk about that. And then the little Jack and Lily. So
oh my god.
they had another search for them today. I don't think them babies are around there. I'm gonna be honest. At first I thought maybe they did go out the back door and get out of the backyard and for whatever reason wandered off into the woods. But I think if they were there or anywhere around that house, they would have done been found.
Oh yeah. I don't think they're anywhere around either.
I don't
Like
either.
either somebody took them or them parents have done something.
Something because I still think that there may be something up also with the 2 days prior that they didn't go to school.
Mm-hmm.
And then they reported missing on the May the 2nd. Last day of school was May the 29th, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Because that was even brought up, if it was on Twitter, Facebook, or something. Somebody had said that, well, did they maybe something happened around the last day that they were at school, and then they just kind of bought a little bit of time to kind of come up with a story. But if that's the case, the thing is, they've changed their story like 4 times now.
Yep.
So either somebody saw them outside, they got out of the backyard and they were in the front playing, and somebody passed by, seen them, snatched them both. The parents did something, or somebody else on that property did something with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Because
something is going on with these babies.
Right.
I don't know.
And the stepdad saying that law enforcement wanted all of his Google Maps information, and he turned all of that over. That's the first time I've ever heard of in a case where a parent or step-parent had to turn over the Google Map information.
Yeah.
See, there was no school on Wednesday, and then Thursday was a sick day, so there's plenty of time to do something and get the story straight. 9mm there is, but the thing is, they couldn't get their story straight. Like, they have literally, both mom and stepdad has told multiple different stories.
Yeah, they have.
Mom first comes out and says, oh, we were me and him were both feeding the baby. Then it was we were in the bedroom with the baby asleep. I woke up and then went back to sleep. Stepdad is saying that Lily come in the room a couple of times that morning, and apparently they didn't see little Jack but they heard him, and it was no more than 20 minutes that they were missing before they realized they were missing, which I don't know how they came up with that a time, especially if it is true that they were asleep.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And then the mom leaves the property, and I'm sorry, I would have told mother-in-law she can kiss my ass. I'm staying right there. I don't give a shit whose property it belongs to. I'm not going anywhere. That was the last place my kids were seen. But she just,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Avery, you back? Just something is up with it. And then, hey Ginger, how are you? Okay, so when there are different stories, something is always fishy. That is right, Ginger. Especially this short amount of time. Like this hasn't even been months and the story has changed. This has changed all within just like a few days.
It's been 2 weeks since these babies been missing.
Yes, yesterday was 2 weeks.
So yeah, and the story has changed 4 times within 2 weeks.
Yes, which is crazy. And then the stepdad in the very beginning was pushing the theory of the abduction, wanting law enforcement to go monitor the airports and the border with New Brunswick. He started that like at the very beginning, like he was trying to push law enforcement out of the area of the house. Hey Avery, how are you?
Yeah, and see that.
Up, homies.
Huh?
So what's up, homies?
Oh, you were breaking up to begin with.
Yeah, you broke up a little bit.
Oh.
See, that's what makes me question him, because right off the get-go, he wanted the abduction part pushed.
Right.
We need to start airports. We need to start whatever. It did. I don't know.
Yeah, he just straight out the gate with it was pushing the abduction part. Not, hey, search around here, and then if y'all can't find them, maybe it's a possibility that somebody took them.
Right.
It was just straight out from the jump, an abduction.
Did you guys see where they're looking? Like, I call it a cliff, but I don't know what they call it in Canada. But it's like in the woods. It's like you're walking, and then it just drops off.
I saw where you said that in Discord, but I haven't seen it. Where did you see it at?
It is in pictures in oh crap, where did I see it? Well, Grizzly True Crime had a man on there that was talking about it. They were talking about it, and then I believe it was in the Facebook group. They're going down on ropes with helmets on for their safety, going down this cliff to I guess to search the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if I
do
can
they searched the waterways?
Yes.
They say Thursday, I think it was.
It was the 7th, and the 7th they scaled back on the search, and then I believe the 7th or 8th or 9th, one of those 3 days, they searched the lake.
Yeah.
And then they said that there was some other bodies of water that they had searched, but nothing turned up.
Yeah.
Well, they said in the press conference today that it's a tip that has led them back to searching.
Yeah, they keep coming back to the area around the house, because if y'all remember, it was like, what was it, 2.2 kilometer area around the house, and now they've expanded it to like 5.5 kilometers or whatever it is that they use up there or something.
Oh, that's like 10 miles, isn't it?
Oh shit!
No, I think it's like 5.
Hold
Their
on,
kilometers, I think is like our miles. Like I think it's 5 miles. It might be even a little bit more, but
hold on. Let me get a conversion to tell
5
you what it is.
kilometers.
Okay, 5.5 kilometers is only 3.4 miles.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was way off.
Okay, 10 kilometers is 6.2 miles. Well, Vapor, you could have just told us what 5.5 was in. Then I wouldn't have had to go to Google and ask Google. Hey, Justin, how are you? Okay.
Well, I don't know. So when they say a tip led them to search this area that they're in, like what kind of a tip could that
They
be? Like,
they were getting tips from people from that live in like around that surrounding area.
yeah, but what kind of tip could come in that would lead them to go search that area and that drop off?
I don't know.
I know that there are people. Okay, so somebody posted this in the Facebook group, and I'm not going to say the person's name that that left the comments, but it says it's Daniel's post, which Daniel is the stepdad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently he made a post. I can't see what his post is, but somebody said you were sick. You murdered those kids, and your wife leaves the home while her kids are missing. We know that the kids died on Wednesday. So how do they know that?
Yeah, exactly. They don't.
No.
Right. They said, we know the kids died on Wednesday, and you reported it on Friday, which explains the missing school as an excuse. We also know for a fact that your stories keep changing as well as hers. You talk in the past tense, and I believe you buried those bodies on the property somewhere. And you have they're calling his brother RSO. They use different words, but y'all know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. You also have him living on the property with little kids, clearly neglectful, as you so-called didn't change diapers in the morning. As you stated, you got up at 10. This means that you never had food or diapers changed.
I seen where somebody had posted screenshots of Daniel's Facebook page, and it must have been like a few years ago or something, but this lady was in his comment section on his page going off on him about messing with her little girl. Did you see that?
Oh, no, I did not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but we don't know if any of that's true.
Well, I have the brother's name here.
I mean, the brother,
I was going to look into him, but I haven't sat down and done it yet. But there is a lot of people are saying that is what he is. I don't know if it's true or not, because I myself have not fact checked that comment.
So really can't say whether or not either one of them are.
I've been finding it hard to dig into any of these people with them being in Canada, aside from just what I'm seeing on social media. Like, they don't have any public records or anything that I can find.
They don't
No.
put nothing.
But I'm pretty sure if we dig into it, we can find out if he's an RSO or not. Elliot, how are you? Elliot says, holy crap, y'all, it's been a long time since I've been given the opportunity to grace y'all with my presence. Elliot,
Hi,
it's
Elliot.
good to see you.
Yeah, Scarlett's been coming back doing lives for what, a week now or 2 weeks?
How
long's it?
Shit, I don't know. I done forgot. I would have been here last night with the flipping internet. Somebody had to go have a wreck up the road and take the internet out.
Oh.
And by the way, they are all fine. Just saying, if they wasn't fine, then I wouldn't have said that. But they were okay, the people who had the wreck.
Oh.
But
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, well, I said it last night. Probably some drunk person leaving the bar, because we have a bar right down the road from here, and people use the little bitty blacktop between the bar and the other main highway to get to the other main highway. And they've had wrecks and everything else out there. So I was like, yes, somebody drunk from the bar probably left had a wreck. Well, kind of find out it wasn't there. It was up on the main highway.
Well, you guys know my opinion on drunk driving. If there is,
Yeah.
I mean, I hate when other people get hurt, but if the drunk driver themselves gets hurt, then they deserve it.
Right. Okay. Somebody posted this. It's called Halifax Noises Post. Michael Artenfield, a criminologist at Western University in London, Ontario, called the case unprecedented, saying that it's highly unlikely for two siblings who live together to vanish when a parent is not involved.
I wonder if that's the guy who was on Grizzlies earlier. I can't. Dang, that name sounds really familiar.
It's in the it's a screenshot in the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Okay, and it says here, and there's no evidence of that. If that had been the case, I think we would have heard about that very quickly. I mean, law enforcement has not ruled out an abduction. They have not ruled out that the parents are involved. But they also could be thinking that way, but keeping it close to the chest and not putting that out to the public. Just because this case is kind of taken off over social
No
media,
lights are in there.
and people are going to go crazy on social media more than what they already are over the case if law enforcement come out and say that's what they're thinking. Okay, so it says this case, when you overlay it on 100 other missing children's cases, it doesn't add up at many levels. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that there is some active lead being worked and that they don't want to upset the equilibrium that they're in. But based on appearances, this went in the wrong direction early on, and key momentum and leads were lost when they were out in the field looking for the kids that maybe were never there. So it sounds like this dude here doesn't think that they were out in the woods either.
I don't think they were, because if the police came, say it was within, say it's really true that they went out the door, shortly before 10, and they're out in the woods, and then police come and people are calling their names and everything else, I believe they would have come out.
Right.
So I don't think they were in the woods.
Well, and the mom, the way she put it, okay, so the stepdad says as soon as they realized that the kids were gone, he jumps in the car and goes looking for them. And she had a hunch that she needed to call 911. I'm glad she did.
He jumped in the car?
That's what he said, that as soon as they realized that the kids had slipped out the back door and they didn't know it and that they wasn't in the yard, that he jumped in the car and went and looked in all the cupboards, went down some roads and everything around there and couldn't find them. And when he came back, the police was already there. And then he went to the woods on foot. And the mom said that she stayed there and she didn't know why, but she just had a hunch that she needed to call 911. Now, that's not verbatim, but that is pretty much what she said.
That's my first time hearing that he drove around.
Yeah, that was in the very beginning in some of the articles.
I missed that part.
But it sounds like this dude here, this criminologist, doesn't think that they were ever in the woods to begin with.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of starting to think that myself.
Well, like I was saying, if, say one of the kids got hurt, and but what would be the odds of both kids being hurt and both of them being incapable of yelling out for help while people are out searching in the woods? Like, how, what I mean?
Maybe one being hurt, but I don't think the other one would leave the one that was hurt, because also the way the mom explained Jack and Lily is that they are very close. Mm-hmm. They're like best friends. They're always playing together and all this and that. Wait, okay, I don't understand that, because didn't they say that they heard the kids playing outside, but yet they say they didn't know they got outside? Okay, so the way they put it was, this was when they were allegedly both feeding the baby, the 16-month-old child, that the kids were making noises how kids do. They slipped out the back door, and they didn't know at the time that they had slipped out the back door, and then they realized that it got quiet, so they ran and looked outside. Well, you just contradicted yourself, because you said in the same statement that you didn't know that they were outside.
Yeah.
So how all of a sudden, when you realize that it's gotten quiet, you go straight out the door and look for them? So they basically said two different things in the same sentence.
So they didn't, excuse me, they didn't go to the bedroom that the kids were supposedly playing and making the noise. They just went straight outside.
They said that, let me see if I can find one of the very first articles. Hold on.
What they said was they heard them playing in the room next to them, and then they didn't. So that's they went.
Yeah, that was one of the stories I heard. So I'm like, so why wouldn't they go to the bedroom and check
Well, they
first?
did, and
I
then they went
don't.
outside.
Yeah.
They probably did go to the bedroom to check.
Hmm.
I mean, not when your kids are missing, you're not going to get every detail in there.
Right.
You should, but you're not because you're more
Yeah.
frantic than anything.
Yeah, that is true. As long as it's been though, I just
No,
don't. I'm not
I know.
sure those kids are
I mean,
alive.
I don't. I don't know. Something's fishy.
This is
They
not
would have.
But
letting me pull up on Brave, and it keeps taking me to Google, and what I'm looking for is not on Google.
They would have succumbed to the elements by
Yes.
now, or starvation as many days as it's been.
yeah, it's been 12. It's been what?
They
Because Friday's
14
been
days. 14.
15 days because they went missing on the 2nd, and
Yeah.
today's the 17th.
Oh, I thought it was the 16th. God bless it.
You done lost the day.
I did.
All right, I need. Why the fuck does this keep going to Google and I don't want it to?
Because it wants you to.
Shit. I need okay, wait. Let me see if this is an old one.
For some reason, it's telling you go to Google. Go to
Yeah,
Google.
but it's not bringing me.
Yeah, I know.
It's not bringing me back to. Hey, Elsie, how are you? I need the very first articles, and usually whenever I type their name in, Christy, that's fine. When I type their name in, it should bring up
Yeah.
like the very first articles, and it's not. It's bringing me everything from like 2 days ago to today, like a few
Oh,
hours ago.
I
The
hate
bad part
that.
about this is
Let me
it's
go to my
in
phone.
Canada, and Canada don't give no information. You can't even
Right.
FOIA from Canada for Canada stuff until it's all. I think it's until it's all closed.
Yeah, I mean, basically, really, the only information we're getting right now is just from the locals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, by the way, Kara said thank you for all the good vibes and wishes. Vapor, tell her that she is very, very welcome. Okay, I know I did not spell Lily's name wrong. No, I did not. What?
It's
Oh.
Lily.
Yeah, and it's telling me that I spelt it wrong.
She only has
And I,
2
yeah,
L's in
just
her.
yeah, when it's usually Lilly, because that's how I keep wanting to type it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can go back here. I had to get on my phone to do this, and my dang battery's almost out on it.
Now you're starting to sound like Avery.
I
Hey,
know.
she's
I
trying to be
know.
cool like me.
Usually I keep it charged, but
Cool
I
kids
was
do not let their
on it.
phones die.
No, they do not. They make sure that bitch is completely at no less than 90.
No.
Cool
I do
kids.
think listen, you guys. I do think I'm losing my mind because
Well, realize.
Jaden said this could be serious now. I've been forgetting like a lot of things, and Jaden said today when we were unloading groceries, he said there must have been a special, and I said what? Why? And he's like, why did you get a gallon of milk when we have 2 gallons in there? And I'm like, no, we don't. And I went, do you guys know I just got a gallon of milk the other day and a gallon of milk the day before that? I had to go stick 2 of them in the freezer because I'm losing my damn mind. I'm getting worried.
It's that old age, is what it is.
Yeah.
At
Wait,
47?
I'm older than she is.
See, I can still pick on you, Avery, because you're older than me.
I know, but I'm concerned for myself.
Girl, I forget stuff all the time. Y'all know how I am about stuff. If I don't write it down, I forget it. Y'all know that. Y'all tell me, oh, we're gonna do it backstage at 3 o'clock your time, and I tell y'all, remind me because I'm gonna forget. And sure enough, y'all don't remind me, and I done forgot about it.
Yeah, but I'm forgetting stupid things like going to the store specifically to get dog food and leaving with everything but dog food. Like I'm forgetting
Well,
Well,
really.
that's
everybody does
that's
that.
usually how it starts. You forget the
Everybody
stupid
does
stuff.
that.
Oh Lord,
I go to the store for a specific thing and walk out without it.
it's not good. And I'm sick and tired of looking for my eyeglasses when they're on top of my head. I've wasted more
See,
time in my life doing
it's
that.
it's the stupid things. I'm telling you, that's how it starts.
Ugh.
Well, put them on your eyeballs and you wouldn't have that problem.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if this is it.
I can't see up close with them on my eyeballs, so I have to lift them to see up close.
You better go get your eyes checked.
I did. I just had a new thing
Well, then how come you can't see?
Yeah.
because I can't wear the bifocals where
Uh,
the up closer stuff is. You
See,
guys,
No,
that's
you don't.
that's
they
that
gave
old
me
age. That's what
No,
no.
that is.
Listen,
no, you don't.
they gave me these bifocals where the bottom half of the glasses pulls everything
Yes,
like
Yes,
closer, right?
that's what
mine don't
bifocals
too.
are.
Or no, it doesn't pull it. I don't. Look, I was walking around like a damn spider with my legs all janky because
She
the ground was coming up
does not.
on me.
She does not know how to wear her eyeglasses. She does not know how to look out of her eyeglasses.
Oh
You guys
gosh.
just can't even understand. And
No,
Jaden
no.
was like,
Listen,
"Why
I
are you
can.
walking like that?"
I can.
He's like, "You."
Oh my god.
He said I look like I was trying to avoid mines.
Oh my god. You really can't. You don't know how to use your eyeglasses.
I'm already goofy enough. I can't be walking that way.
You
Listen,
you
I
said
got
that, not
bifocals.
us.
I got bifocals. I bet you my bifocals are worse than yours. When you want to read something, you look through the bifocal part.
Yeah,
If
but
it's
I
up
have to look
close,
down when I'm
if it's
walking.
if it's up close, you use the bifocal to read it.
Yeah, but
If
I have
you
to look
hold it,
down when I'm walking, and it makes everything all
Why do you
wonky
have to
no,
look
don't. But you're not
down?
used. You're not used to wearing them.
because I'm clumsy. I have to look down.
Oh my god,
I forgot.
Avery,
Yes,
dye your hair back to bleach blonde.
it's already the brown's already washing out. I'm already almost back to blonde.
Okay, well keep it that way
Dang
because
it.
that's how you act.
Okay. On so they went missing May the 2nd. May the 5th, there was an article that came out by Daily Mail. Don't shoot me, y'all. I'm reading the Daily Mail article here. Uh, it says their parents believe that the kids went out a sliding back door of the family home while stepfather Daniel and mother Malaya fed their baby. That was the very first article that I remember seeing about the case. And that was the first story that came out that they were both feeding the baby.
I remember that one too. Yeah.
Okay, so I need to find.
Well, see, how many people does it take to feed a baby?
Uh, it only took me just one for my kids, but
I mean,
I mean, I don't know.
and it doesn't take two people to put a baby to sleep. The
But
baby's
then
more
it came
likely to go. The baby's more likely to go to sleep with just one person in there.
and then the second story was that they were asleep
Yes.
and the mom woke up and heard the kids playing in the room next door and went back to sleep and was in and out of sleep. And then she heard it very quiet and got up to go look. The kids were gone. So
Yeah,
their stories,
it just don't add up.
like if you're telling the truth, your stories don't change.
Right, because when the first story came out about them feeding the baby, that's when they had said that. Let me go back to that one. Hold on.
They both were. They both were feeding the baby. Is what I think is what it said.
Yeah, that they were both feeding the baby. They got out the back door, and that they didn't know that they had went out the back door at the time. And where the fuck did the Daily Mail one go?
I'm sorry, but you can't read.
Um,
6-year-old and a 4-year-old unattended like that.
Okay, let
Yeah.
me see if this. Okay, she said that. So Malaya explained that she and Martell, which is Daniel, thought that the children were playing and that they snuck away a short time. The couple were occupied. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them, and they just happen to get out that sliding door, and we can't hear it when it opens. I still don't believe that. They were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time. And the next thing we know, it was quiet. We got up and looked outside. Then you fucking knew that they were outside. Like, she just contradicted herself in that statement. We were looking everywhere, yelling for them, and I instantly just called 911. I just had the instinct that I needed to call. Malaya said that her children may have mild autism, but were friendly, contrary to the rumors online claiming that they were nonverbal. The stepdad said that they were not diagnosed with autism. That basically they were home diagnosed with that.
I thought I heard the mom say that it was just suspected that they were autistic. I thought I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, the parent. Well, no, because the mother said they would talk to anybody. So
Right.
usually,
And
I
it's
could
I don't
have
know.
sworn
crazy
I heard.
how they don't give the description. Hey, Tiff, they don't give a description of what Jack was wearing, but they give the description of what Lily was wearing.
Yeah.
Like, the
Because they
story is
said
just
Lily. Because they said
came.
Lily came in the bedroom, but
Well, how
but
are
yet
you
they were
up
feeding
feeding?
the baby.
Were they feeding it while it was asleep? Because
I'm
I
telling
mean,
you, yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
it's it is not making any sense at all. And you didn't know that they were outside, but then when it got quiet, you went outside and looked. Well, why would you go outside and look if you didn't know they were outside?
Yeah.
I don't know. And most of the time, what was the baby? 16 months old.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, when they turn a year old, they are not going to take a nap
Shit, no,
because
none of
I
my
got
three
one over here.
kids took a nap at that old.
What? My kids
That
napped
girl,
until kindergarten.
shit, child, my kids didn't even take a nap in kindergarten.
Mine did.
Mine
Mine,
did not.
mine didn't.
I bought that damn
Oh,
mat
Mine
and brought their
didn't.
little
And this
blanket and
don't.
all that with their names on it for no damn reason because they did not even take a nap during preschool or kindergarten. None of them did.
And to be honest, unless you sit them down and explain to them, because they're not dumb, they're 6 and 4. You sit them down and explain to them about touching the door without a grown up, they're not going to touch the door.
But why didn't they have the door locked? If you know that the door opens allegedly where you can't hear it, then and they're not supposed to be outside without you, why would you even have the door unlocked?
Yeah.
did I hear Bubbles say "Bring it on"?
Yep.
I thought.
She's playing a game.
Okay, so when did the backpack comment come up? So just on that came up right around the time that the case was getting attention.
I think it
And
was like the second day, maybe.
yeah, so it was like very early on.
Yeah.
They said that she was wearing the pink sweater, the pink pants, everything was pink, but the backpack was white. And now all of a sudden, the color of the backpack has supposedly changed to brown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's why would she take her backpack with her? Why would I don't know. If they're up feeding the kid, the baby, then they should have seen Jack that morning. They should have knew what he was wearing.
Yeah.
All they know is that he's wearing blue dinosaur boots because
My
his boot
kids.
wasn't there.
My kids were never awake before me until older,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
12 or 10 or something. Never.
I was
That's,
always awake before mine, and I'm always awake before this one.
well, yeah,
But
because you
this
got to
one
make their
also,
breakfast and everything.
but this one also knows not to. Well, she can't get the door open anyway. But she also knows not to mess with the door. She
Right.
also knows about bad people and strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She also
Yeah.
knows what to do because we taught her that.
Yes, because I'm smart.
Aw. She is just so sassy tonight.
She is.
Cute.
I'm really smart.
She's
Aw.
really smart. She's so cute.
But, we teach her,
Right.
about stuff like that
Well,
strangers and danger, and you don't play with the doors when there's nobody. If, say, one of us are in the kitchen or the bathroom or in the room or something, you don't touch that door.
right.
And she says, okay, I don't touch it.
Well, here's the thing. The locals were saying that they had a party, like I guess a couple of days before this or whatever, before the kids went missing.
Wednesday. They said it was on Wednesday.
And then
O-
a couple of locals say they didn't have a party. They just had a couple people over.
Okay, so if it was on Wednesday, Tuesday was their last day at school
Right.
on the 29th. Wednesday
Right.
the 30th is the day that they did not go to school. Uh, if
The
that's the
school
day
was
that they
closed.
okay,
Yeah.
so that's the
School
day
was
that they
closed
have a
on.
party, and then they don't go back Thursday because allegedly they're sick, and then all of a sudden they come up missing Friday.
Right.
Well, how do they know that somebody that was at that party didn't do something with them?
Right. Come back. Or even if they didn't have a party and just had visitors.
Right. Because
Who's
I've seen that they were on substances. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what some of the locals have said. How do we know something wasn't left laying out and the kids got a hold of it?
That's what I'm saying. See, we don't really know. I mean, unless the locals know them very well,
Right.
we're not
And
going to.
and where that area is, it's not very populated. Like they're not just neighbors stacked on top of each other,
Right.
but they probably all know each other because all of their kids probably go to school together, and
Well,
so
they said the school that Lily and Jack go to only have like 89 students to go to
yes,
that school.
and that's probably everybody who lives in their area
Right.
right there because it's a very small little spot, like a little community or whatever. Basically, like where I live at. Everybody that
Okay.
lives in my community, all of our kids went to the same school. We all
Right.
went to that school when we were younger.
And from
Then our,
what I
you know,
understand, is one of the locals said that Daniel went to that school when he was younger.
mhm. Now I don't know if the mom would have, being that her parents live in a different county.
I don't know about her, but
So, but
he did.
she is her and the kids. Okay, Sally Mae. Hopefully you can get some rest, honey. Her and the kids are part of a Native American nation up there.
Mhm.
And I forgot what it's called, but I know the chief of that nation had also put out a statement, for people on social media and the locals around the area, not to spread rumors and all that, to let law enforcement, do their thing and come
Right.
out with information and stuff like that because, her and the kids both are part of that nation. So I don't know about the
Yeah.
dad. I do have the dad's name here, though. I think somebody gave that to me. Yes, I do, right here. I still got to look into him too. But so I don't know, if he's part of the nation too, or if it's just the mom and the two kids in her family, or what.
Yeah. Which, yeah, you're always going to get somebody that puts rumors out there, or
Of course,
they did this.
Yeah.
But, nobody really knows until.
I mean, how many cases have we talked about where there wasn't a rumor?
Yeah, exactly.
None. There's
It's
always
really weird. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's really weird though about the mom having blocked him and cutting off all communication.
Like
Because if
she did.
she suspects that he did something, you'd think she'd be like watching his every move, not
Well,
block
see, that's
him.
why I don't think she thinks he did anything, but I think somebody made her do that. Whether it was her
I
parents.
think it's her parents because her
Yeah.
parents. It was said in another article that they had called her phone to speak with her. The media did, and her mom answered the phone and said that Malaya was told or was advised not to speak with the media,
Yeah.
and that the mom was, well, the kid's grandmother was also advised that, but she said that she hopes that there was a good outcome and the kids were found and all this and that. Uh, I think Malaya's parents are kind of running the show right now. But here's the
Yeah.
thing:
But I think.
Daniel's mom put her off the property. Okay,
Yeah.
that road is public land. She could have put me off the property all she wanted. I'd have pitched me a tent right there in the ditch.
Yep. I would have told her, look, I'm gonna tell you this right now, lady. I ain't going a damn place
Nope,
because my two are missing, and I'm gonna stay here until they are found.
exactly.
And if you don't like it, you can do whatever you think you gotta do. But there's across the street there, and I'll pitch a tent.
It's
Exactly.
definitely weird circumstances around this.
Well, just the fact that she went to a different county.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know how far the county line is, or
I
whatever
think
county that she even went to. But it could be 2 counties over from where they went missing. It's just the fact that she even left the county.
Right.
I said it's like 15 minutes.
Okay, so what if they find the kids right there around the house? The stepdad is there. They tell the stepdad, okay, look, we found them. Here they are. We, get in touch with the mom. And then he can't get in touch with the mom
Yeah, he
because she
can't.
has him blocked.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
Well,
hopefully.
I would think the police would get in
Yeah, I
touch
would
with
say
her.
the
yeah,
police
they
would.
they would go to her and tell her because of her being the mom. It's just the fact of if they are found close to the house,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he would want to call her and say, "Hey, I'm wanted to let you know they've been found."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I get
You
it.
know,
That's what I'm saying. I get that. That's
So
why
why
the
won't
mother
she
should have
let him?
never thrown her off the property.
no.
Why won't she let him see the baby? And that came out of his mouth that she won't let him see the baby.
Well, I never seen where he said she wouldn't let him see the baby. If that was put somewhere, I didn't see that one. I saw where he said that a friend of his drove him to the CPS office and requested to see the baby, and CPS denied it. So I don't know if Malaya has the baby, if CPS has the baby, or where the baby's at. But he
I'm
went
wondering if
to
her
them.
parents. I'm wondering if her parents had the baby, even though she's staying there. Wonder if the parents have it, and the parents said to CPS, "I don't want him around the baby until these kids are found."
Then there's got to be something up with him because if why keep him away but
That's
not the
yeah.
mom?
Well, because her parents apparently blamed him.
This is a weird case.
Yeah, because they said her whole family showed up to that
Yeah,
property
that her
blaming
family
him.
is blaming him for the kids going missing.
That was the altercation on Saturday.
Okay,
And I
is
think that's
CPS
why
gonna
his mother threw them off the property.
but is CPS
You,
gonna be like, okay, well y'all are blaming him, so we're gonna keep him from seeing the baby? But they're her
well,
kids that are missing. That they're
I don't
gonna
know.
investigate that.
I don't know how it works in Canada, but I know here, if really heavy accusations are made, sometimes CPS will do it just until they can clear the accusation.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Oh yeah,
usually CPS,
that makes sense too.
yeah, because usually CPS, the caseworkers, they know, like they're used to, parents saying, or the parents of the kids saying things about each other. It would have to be something pretty heavy, heavily said for them to say, okay, well, we got to wait and clear
Right.
this before.
Yeah, because that came out of the stepdad's mouth that he requested to CPS to see his daughter and that they denied the request.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a reason. It could be the fact that if it's true what is said about his brother and being on the property.
That could be.
You know,
If that's true, that could be.
it could be that. It could be the fact that her family's saying that he has something to do with the kids disappearing. Because we don't know what Malaya has told law enforcement about that morning, other than what she has told the media. She's saying that they fed the baby, and then she's saying that they were both laying down with the baby. But did she tell law
Yeah.
enforcement at some other point in time during an interview that he left the house at any time that morning or any time before that? Or has she come out and said, well, the kids have been missing for this many days and it really wasn't on May the 2nd? Like, we don't know what she's told them.
Right.
And they're just not putting that out to the public because it's an active investigation.
Mhm.
So I don't know, because the dad, the stepdad, he don't seem like he's very tight-lipped. He's told everything. Like, they searched everything on my property, bank records, Google Map information. They took my phone. I want a polygraph. Like, he's just not being quiet.
Sometimes those are the ones, though. You just never know.
Yeah, they're too
They
talkative.
up to their house.
Yeah, they're very. Some people like that who are guilty are very talkative to try to get you to look elsewhere.
Yeah.
Overly cooperative.
Right.
Yeah. Mm.
And that's probably right. I'm not saying he had anything to do it, but that's could be a good reason why he's so talkative.
Right, because he's just, every time the media's come around, there he is out there talking to him. So, tell him what he did. Well, I went driving around looking for him in all the coverts and down the roads, and then I came home, the police were here, and I went on foot in the woods, and
I'm not saying he had anything to do with it, but
no, because we don't know for a fact. But
Right.
this case it's weird as hell.
Yeah, it is. Very.
Just something like the math is not mathing in this case. And I just don't believe that those two little kids are anywhere around there. I mean, if they have now stretched the perimeter out to 5.5 kilometers and they don't find them, I just don't think that they're.
Then they better go to the abduction.
That's.
Because
what
that's
other?
the step there is.
Yeah, what other option is there other than an abduction? But damn, it's 2 weeks now. If somebody did take them, they put the abduction part off so long that they could be anywhere.
Yeah, true.
I have noticed when the stepdad is on camera, when he's talking, I have noticed that he looks down a lot and he squeezes his eyes real tight, almost as if he's trying to make a tear come out.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah, and he'll put his hand over his eyes, and that just struck me as odd. I don't want to say he's guilty, but that just struck me as odd.
Yeah, because he'll take his hand, and he'll put it on his eyes and squeeze his eyes.
Yeah, he'll squeeze his eyes so tight, like he's trying to pop a tear out.
Like he's trying to show out for the media, like a form of manipulation is what that is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he, until it's proven, he's innocent. But the way he just talks,
and he keeps looking down.
He's trying to keep the pressure off of him.
Right. Okay, Tiff said, I think they both know more, and if the signal is so bad, did she drive somewhere to call 911? That I don't know, Tiff. I haven't seen where she said she had to drive away from the house to call them, just that she felt the need to call, so she did.
So somebody said his mother called 911.
Okay, well, the Malaya is saying she called 911. So who the hell called 911?
She said that on the news. Maybe they both did.
They both could have called, but she said in that article that I just read that she called them.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's neither here or there, but
yeah, I don't know. There's just something I'm afraid that whenever this is all said and done, they're going to come up in either one of the parents or both of the parents uh, is more involved. Somebody that lives on that property is involved, or someone that they don't know snatched them.
Yeah.
The pressure's going to get to one of them.
Okay, Tiff said, cop said that the signal was too weak for her to send them a photo.
Yeah, but
Oh.
that's different
Yeah.
than making a call.
Yeah, it would. I could see it, especially because they basically live like how I live in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
I have to sit in a certain spot in my house just to get a signal on my phone.
Yeah.
So I
Different.
could see a photo trying to be sent through a text message or an email, and it taking longer or not being able to go through than a phone call going through. So I don't know. Hopefully we'll eventually hear what actually happened. I don't know.
Okay, well, you don't have to have a meltdown.
Oh,
Okay.
poor Bubbles.
I heard her at the end. Can you help me?
Yeah, my daughter used to do the same thing when she was little. Oh my god. Yeah, little girls are completely different than boys. I will just say that.
My kids had this. I guess it's rare. I don't know, but they all did it up until probably about 7 or 8. If they didn't get their way, they would hold their breath till they passed out.
A lot of kids do that.
Is it that common? Okay.
Huh?
I said, is it common?
Yeah, I've seen other kids that will. My kids never done it, but I've seen kids hold their breath when they get mad.
Yep, all
I don't
three
know
of mine.
why, but
My mom would always say they definitely came from you, because I guess I did it too when I was a kid.
'cause
I don't remember it.
how Bubbles just sounded, that's how my daughter used to do when she was little. And she will still do that if she doesn't get her way with certain things. She will throw a fit. And all I can do is sit back and laugh because I think it's funny at 22 years old.
It is. Hell, I'm
Okay.
47 and I do it.
She's having a meltdown.
Oh, she's just a baby.
What? She kept jumping off the.
Oh, did we lose her?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
can't
went
help
away
but
for you went away for a second, Betty Joe.
She kept jumping off the ledge.
That poor baby.
I can't.
Oh, is she on her bunk bed?
And she says, "Mom, help me! I can't stop! I can't stop!"
Oh gosh.
I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to laugh at her.
That's the best part of having them is laughing at them.
She said, "It's okay, Mom, for you to laugh at me."
Aww.
Okay, baby.
Not Jaden. To this day, Jaden will get straight up mad if you laugh at him. I mean, mad. Especially if he does something stupid and you laugh at him. Ooh.
What it was is the game that she's playing. What's it called, baby? Oh, what? No, I know you. I know you jumped off the ledge, but what's the game called? Albie die? Dry? I don't know. Anyway, you take the movement and the running part, and you gotta jump. And every time she did it, missed the ledge, and it would fall off.
Aww.
So she was getting mad. Yeah, I know you was.
Is that on her little iPad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, that's why I can't play video games. I end up
This
throwing the
child's got
controller.
over 70 games on this iPad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that she doesn't play.
She never gets bored
Started out
then.
with just two. She started out with two. A Barbie game and some other drawing game. And her game that helps her with her letters and stuff. Now she's got over 70 games.
Mm-mm-mm.
There's nothing wrong with that. That baby needs games to keep herself occupied now.
Mm-hmm.
This baby's on this tablet from the time she opens her eyes until I have to force her to turn it off.
Oh, when she goes to school though in August, she gonna throw a fit because she ain't gonna have her little tablet.
We went to the Cheer Wine Festival. Can I take my iPad? No, because we can't leave it in the car because the heat.
Yeah.
She said, but I miss my shows or my games. I said, well, you just have to wait till we get home.
Her shows.
And we got there, right, and we're walking around. Well, I'm riding my scooter. She's on there with me. And she's about an hour into it. Can we get home so I can play on my iPad?
Oh, she is gonna throw a fit when she has to go to school for 8 hours a day.
I said, don't you know, little girl, when you go to school, this iPad don't exist.
So will she go for like a half day when she starts, or a full day?
I don't know if it's a half a day, a full day. I don't know. But I'm hoping it's a half a day because she ain't gonna like it.
Y'all,
I
Betty
remember
Jo it's not gonna know what to do with herself when that baby is in school.
Oh, I know.
I
It's
sure
gonna
ain't.
be probably annoying us in Discord.
Mama,
Hey,
Know what
I'm
to do
bored.
with myself when she goes with her mom and dad uptown.
Mama.
What? See, another game.
Oh, I was gonna ask y'all. Do y'all remember the guy a couple of months ago? I cannot remember his name or exactly what state he was in. I keep wanting to think Michigan or Wisconsin, somewhere up in there. The guy who faked his death when he
Yeah.
took the kayak out to
Yeah,
the lake. Okay, remember they found him over in another country and talked to him and all
Canada.
that?
He went through Canada and then flew to whatever that country was to be with a woman.
Yeah, I can't remember what country it was, but remember they found him, right? And they had
Mhm.
talked
Yeah.
to him and everything. Did he ever come back to the States?
Oh yeah. He already had hearings and everything.
Okay, do you remember what his name is?
No, but I could Google it.
No, you'll throw yourself off. Right before I started the live, for some reason that case had popped in my mind and I could not remember the dude's name. Do you remember what state he was from? Was it not Canada. Was it Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, somewhere? Does anybody remember?
It was Wisconsin, wasn't it?
It might have been.
What about the kid with autism that went missing that you mentioned last night?
Oh, hold on. I was gonna go back to TikTok because when I was on there this morning, like early this morning, because y'all was up at like 4:30. I had seen.
I was
I
just
gotta
going 4:30.
I gotta find Doodlebug's thing because Doodlebug is the one that had posted it on there. That's where I had seen it at, and I had went to get the link to her post, and I was trying to post it in Discord this morning. Well, every time I would grab the link from TikTok, it for some reason kept grabbing the wrong link. John Darwin. Was that his name? Hold on.
That sounds familiar.
But anyway, so I kept grabbing the link, but it wouldn't grab the right link. For some reason, it was picking up a different link from somewhere, even though I was on her post. So I was fuck it. I just stopped trying or whatever. And I didn't even think anything else about it, but I'm fixing to go back to her thing or whatever.
It's Ryan Borgwart from Wisconsin.
Ryan, how you spell his last name?
Borgwart.
It's from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna look that up in a second. Let me find Doodlebugs.
And I didn't throw myself off.
That's a wonder. You're getting better. Okay, let me see.
Finally learned how to do it without throwing herself off.
I believe the little boy's name was RJ. Okay, yeah, here it is. His name is RJ. It says the Cass County Sheriff's Office in the area first responders are currently looking for a missing 4-year-old nonverbal autistic male in rural Belton, Missouri. The child goes by the name of RJ and was last seen wearing a diaper and possibly a purple shirt, seen in the photo. He was last seen in the area of 187th and Y Highway in Belton. I'm fixing to grab.
How is it possibly a purple shirt? They don't, how do they not know what shirt he's wearing?
I have no idea. Okay, so see, this is what I was trying to do this morning. I was going to her post, grabbing the link, and then I was going to go to Discord to post it. And every time I would post it in there and then click the link to make sure it was the right one, it was never the right link. I don't know why it kept picking up other links. So let me go. I just posted it in there. Let me go to Discord now to make sure it's the right one. This is cool. Okay, yes, it's the right one now. All right, let me pull this up real quick.
Oh, he's been found.
Oh, the little autistic boy?
Yeah, he's been found.
well,
Hang on
yeah.
one sec.
Okay, well, there ain't no use in doing it then. Okay, well, I can delete the link in Discord.
Was he
then.
found safely?
Hang on, I'm looking because I see two different articles and I'm trying to figure out which is which. One was found in a pond, deceased, and one was found safe.
Oh, Lord.
Is he white or black?
He's white.
Okay.
Sheriffs don't start watching.
Did you say it's Cass County? CASS?
Yes, Cass County Sheriff's Office in Missouri.
He was found dead.
Aw. Oh,
And
yeah,
then-
it goes right here.
I'm sorry, yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Right next to his is a 4-year-old autistic nonverbal child, and that's a black child, and it says he was found safe and reunited. So I was
Okay,
trying to figure out
good.
which. Yeah, but dang it, he was found in a pond. Gosh.
It says here, 4-year-old boy went missing Friday afternoon. Rural Cass County was found deceased in a nearby pond hours later. They responded around 4 p.m. to the area of 187th Street and Y Highway near Belton after receiving a report of a missing child. Multiple agencies assisted in the search, which included drones, boats, and the Kansas City police helicopter. The child's body was recovered at approximately 10:20 p.m.
What the hell?
Hang on.
Some parents need to start watching their kids better.
Yes, and it's always, y'all,
Or I'm going to start taking babies.
it's when it comes to the autistic kids, they're always usually found in or near water.
Yeah, because that's what they like.
Yes, the water attracts them. It's
That just makes my stomach hurt.
that is sad. And I seen that like 4:50. Like, let's see. Like I said, I woke up at 4:30, got on there and was looking around. Came in Discord, told everybody good morning, and like she had just posted it not very long before I had seen it. And I never did look it up to see if he had been found or anything. So, hey, Gigi.
That is so sad.
All right. Gigi says, hey, everyone. My Scarlett, Beto, Avery on panel. Been listening some. Been waiting for my meds to kick in for my surgery. Welcome back,
Aw. Hey, Gigi. Oh, Gigi. She's the one that just had the double mastectomy. That's what she had put in. She was putting that in chat? I think like 3 or 4 lives ago, I believe.
Yeah, I know she had said something about having surgery, but I had actually missed the comment that she was going to have surgery, and then I think it was Christy that had told me to go back, asked me if I had seen it, and to go back and read it or whatever.
That was one of the times I was actually paying attention to the chat, and I seen that she commented that.
Yeah, usually I'm watching the chat like a hawk. Y'all know that. Like I used to never miss a chat call. And now I pay attention to everything else, not the chat.
See, they could be down there saying I look like a horse's butt and I wouldn't know it because I never look. I never look.
But Gigi, I hope you get to feeling better after your surgery.
Oh, yeah, I hope so too.
Vapor.
What do you see?
He just put close. That was it.
You know,
He's done called you a clown like 40 times in chat, and I just hadn't said anything.
the abuse is just.
He said something about your hair a minute ago too, and I just kind of like glanced at it, something about clown hair or something, and I just kept talking.
He's just. He can't talk about clown hair. He cannot. He has white hair. It's missing in some spots, and the parts that he does have sticks up.
Like, I can't breathe. Oh my God, I swear y'all are brother and sister and y'all just don't even know it.
You want to know something? You want to know something funny about me and Vapor?
Like y'all are like damn siblings. That's what y'all are.
No, but check this out. We worked at the exact same bar in the exact same town, almost at the exact same time, and never seen each other. He was a bouncer and I was a waitress. He was on the countryside, I was on the R&B side, I believe, or vice versa.
Oh, so he was on the countryside, you were on the city side.
I believe so.
Oh my God. Yeah,
But yeah, we both lived in that town at the same time.
I'm telling y'all are brother and sister, and y'all just don't know it.
We don't even look alike. No, I don't. I would not claim him.
Wait, what? Yeah, press right. The cancer was well at the top left chest. Oh, everyone, look at it because I don't want to read Gigi's comment out loud. Look at the chat if you can.
Okay.
Is
he talking about the
No,
bar
no,
worked in?
no.
Oh.
Read Gigi's comment.
Oh. Oh, okay, Gigi. Okay.
I didn't want to read that out loud.
Oh, all I heard was topless breasts, and I was like, God damn, Vapor, you're not supposed to be telling people that part.
Belton, Missouri, that's where my brother lives. Scott, that's where the 4-year-old autistic child went missing and they found him deceased. Like
Do you see what he just said? That he has more branches in his family tree?
Yeah.
And I'm not even from Alabama.
It's just the fact that you live there.
Getting a plane ticket.
Oh my God. Yeah, y'all literally got my chest hurting. I'm laughing so hard. It's not hard to beat one branch.
Keep it up, Vapor, and I'll tell him about the deodorant.
I swear, y'all, just like brother and sister. I'm glad I don't have any siblings. I'm telling you.
But the good thing about having a big brother like him is that he annoys the hell out of you. But when you have a problem, like a real problem,
right,
you can call him.
That's what I said in Discord. He's like the older brother that we didn't have, we didn't know we needed, but irritates the fuck out of us at times.
Right. But if you're in a serious situation, he can make some shit happen quick.
That's like this morning. When I come in Discord, okay. He starts posting these links. I said, I'm going to tell you right now, if I open these fucking links and it's got the snake in it, he was like, well, the first two does, but the last one doesn't. It's sure enough, they're dragging two big-ass, long-ass snakes in the video that he posted.
I thought you guys were supposed to have a code word.
No, he didn't tell me that until afterwards.
Yeah, I see where he posted afterwards.
Yeah, he was like, I'll give you a code word. If it's got a 1 in it, then it's a snake. I think that's what he said, or 1 is not. I don't remember. I just know if it's got a 1, I still don't know if I want to open it or not.
Oh my goodness.
And then I woke up yesterday and went into Discord, and there's a snake on a tree.
See, first time I start dreaming about snakes because of him, that's it.
I'm gonna need to go into a safe room into Discord so I can kind of type in snakes and make sure there's nothing to do with snakes in there before I go into the main one.
He's got an obsession with snakes.
Something.
But if he calls me a clown one more time, y'all let me know because I will tell the story about the deodorant.
Calls you a what?
A clown.
Oh.
If he calls me a clown one
He
more
called
time.
you a clown, so now tell us.
Oh, he's
I don't
question marks
see
in the
it.
chat.
I'm watching.
Well, you still need to tell us.
No, I have to. It's bribery material, so I have to hold it.
Well, you can find something else to bribe him.
Well, y'all got 15 minutes because I'm only staying on here for an hour and a half tonight.
Come on, Avery, tell the story.
I gotta hold it. I gotta see what he says.
Hey, Commander, how are you?
Well, you ain't gonna say it now.
And see, now here comes Commander with the snakes in the chat.
Nope, not when you were in the hospital. Nope. Your ass was home.
See, I missed all kind of
For
good
a month.
conversation.
I do. I missed it all too, so you're not the only one.
Damn. Y'all just
We
leave
get
me out of
left
shit.
out. We
That's
get
what
left
I'm
out.
saying. They just leaving me and you out of all kind of stuff, ain't they?
Yep. We get left out.
Tell you what Vapor did to me and King one time on a backstage. This jerk. He goes, hang on, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And we're like, okay. He went to the damn store. Her just like waiting and waiting, and we're like, well.
He just wanted you to think he was using the bathroom.
He probably went to get a Red Bull. The truth was known. Matter of fact, I need to go get one tomorrow. I have not had one y'all in a couple of days.
No, dear Red Bull. I'm on blood pressure medicine. I can't drink. I've never had an energy
The
drink.
Red Bulls ain't good for your heart, man.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, y'all, the other night, let me tell you, I was in the kitchen. I forgot what I was doing. You know, I always have the heart rate issues. And I was in there, and I wasn't doing nothing like strenuous or fuck was I? I was in there doing something. I don't even remember what I was doing. And all of a sudden, y'all, the fucking heart rate jumped up. And when I checked it, it was like 148.
Them Red Bulls are not good for you.
But during that time, though, I wasn't doing anything.
She won't listen.
And I haven't had one since Mother's Day. Well, no, I take that back. I drank one Mother's Day night, and then I had one Monday. That was the last one that I had because they had bought me two.
You guys got Christy drinking them, and she definitely doesn't need to be drinking those with her situation.
She doesn't, but she bought two. Yeah, was it today or yesterday? I forgot when it was. She showed me the picture.
Yesterday.
But yeah, 148 it jumped up to just all of a sudden. And when that shit happens, I can feel it when it kind of starts gradual and it'll build its way up to wherever it's going to top out at. And then I have to lay down and then it'll eventually go back down. This shit just went like you snapped your fingers. And it felt like I had gotten punched in my chest.
Ooh.
When it did it. And so I stood there for a minute and then all of a sudden I started feeling like this weight on my shoulders. So then I had to go
going across the road.
And so then I had to go lay down. It took like an hour for that shit to finally come back down to normal.
That's not good.
It does it like it'll do it every so often, and then I may go a month or two without it even happening, and then it starts back up just whenever.
Do you
it
have
like
AFib or AFib?
They have no idea what I've got. Don't y'all remember that I wore the Holter monitor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to wear it for 48 hours, and then they wanted to give it to me again after that, and I wouldn't take it. And they said every time that you're having you can feel your heart doing that. You got to push the little button so then we know where to go back and look on the reading at. And I pushed that damn button probably 15 times in 48 hours. And it was like, oh, well, we don't see nothing on it.
Oh,
Well, shit, there's something causing the. I mean, yeah, I'm stressed to the fucking max. Y'all know that. But, so I don't know if it's just the stress that's causing it or what, but that shit's never bumped up, I don't think, to 148 before.
that's scary. That's
And
yeah,
it because your heart is beating so fast, you're trying
yeah.
to catch your breath and you can't breathe enough, and then I think I start to panic a little bit when it happens.
Mhm.
And once if I lay down, get my phone, and like just start doing something on my phone and take my mind off of it, then it'll eventually start coming down. But it took like close to an hour the other day for it to come back down.
Well, that
And
makes me wonder if it's anxiety related.
I have no idea. So,
Yeah, we just had a possum in the yard.
oh, we have them in our yard all the time. They come and eat our cat food.
I was gonna say, these possums, they got jokes out here. I'll be out here mowing the yard and hit a damn hole and practically break my ankle because they dig holes all
Yeah.
over the yard. Oh, drive me crazy.
Yeah, we have like 2 or 3 of them that come up. If we have cat food out at night, they'll come eat the cat food.
Oh yeah.
We just had one come up in the driveway.
There was the other night, it was like, what time was it in the morning? It was probably 5 in the morning, and I'm in here and I'm laying in the bed. I keep hearing this screaming noise, and I might have told y'all this. And I kept hearing it, and I was like, what the fuck is that? So I get up and I go to the door, and I open the door, and I can still hear it's like this loud screaming noise. And I couldn't see anything because my porch light only shines so far out into the yard.
Mm-hmm.
And about that time, this little baby fox goes out across the yard right at the edge of the light. And I don't know if it had lost its mom and was calling her or what, and was just in the yard. But yeah, it was a little baby fox out there like 5 o'clock in the morning screaming its head off.
Damn.
Christy's right. It's armadillos that dig the holes, not the possum. But we do have the possums too.
Yeah, we have them here too.
They have the ugliest teeth I've ever seen. Like a chupacabra.
Stupid.
Okay, so y'all know that I was throwing a fit about this Annabelle doll being in Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
They finally moved her over to Texas, so she's in San Antonio right now. But
oh no, she's coming this way. No, she's going the opposite way.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's going the opposite way.
I know my state.
You're just backwards on them. Well, while she was in Louisiana, y'all, did y'all hear about the plantation burning down?
No.
There was like a 168-year-old plantation that caught on fire, burnt to the ground, and the 11 guys that escaped out of, hey, Cool Gamer, how are you? That escaped out of New Orleans happened while she was in Louisiana too.
Have they caught them?
I think 2 of them have been caught. I haven't looked about the other ones.
Well, did you guys see the tornado destruction this morning?
Oh, I didn't. Okay, so I saw on TikTok this morning where somebody said that in Kentucky they had a bunch of tornadoes around them, right? I didn't realize it was that bad though. Come to find out, there was like several people who passed away in these tornadoes last night.
20. Well, the death toll was at 21 first thing this morning, and they still had people trapped.
Okay, Commander, I'm going.
They say it was like one of the largest tornadoes ever.
Commander, I just liked it. There was it on TikTok or X? Somebody had posted the path of the tornado in Kentucky.
Yeah.
And it was
it tore up St. Louis and then went into Kentucky. And I know the death toll was at 21, and that was this morning.
It tore up St. Louis and then went into Kentucky?
Yeah.
Okay, so it went south into it then. From St. Louis.
Yeah, Pascal was live walking around it and talking to people.
Oh, really?
And they were talking about this one elderly man who was in a hospital bed, like at home, a hospital bed at home,
Mhm.
and he was crushed and all his ribs were broken, and it took like 4 or 5 hours for EMS to even be able to get to him.
Oh well, sweet
Like,
Melissa said the last she heard the death toll was 26. I didn't even
yeah,
realize it was that bad. I didn't
oh
even know
God,
about the tornadoes until this morning, and still at that point didn't even know it was that bad until later on.
yeah,
That's horrible. Because if y'all remember, like several years ago, the tornadoes went through Kentucky and tore it up real bad.
Yep.
yeah. It was storming here this morning, because it wasn't quite. I don't think it was quite daylight yet, and
Mhm.
there was this bolt of lightning that hit right outside of my bedroom window. Scared me so bad that I accidentally punched David straight in the face.
That's what he gets for calling me what he called me.
Yeah, right? Aubrey, what are you doing?
It's okay. You're not that anymore. Now I am.
Scott H, how are you?
No, you're not.
Yeah, and I didn't even do anything.
We're supposed to have more storms tomorrow, but it's getting to that time where I need to just move like
Girl,
to
do you realize in a couple of days hurricane season will start?
yes. And
June 1st?
again, they're always predicting it's going to be the worst hurricane season ever. They
Yeah.
say that every time just to mess me all up. My nerves are already bad enough.
Yeah.
And
So it shows in Alabama it's supposed to start raining. Well, I don't know exactly where you're at, but between Birmingham and Montgomery, about 3 o'clock in the morning.
yeah, I'm 10 miles north of Montgomery.
Okay, so about 3 o'clock in the morning, it'll start
Yeah,
where
We're
you're at.
not till Wednesday.
wonderful.
So
You know how hard it is to put pajamas on a child that doesn't want to turn away from this iPad?
it's extremely hard. Hey, King. When is it not just hurricane season? Okay, so King hurricane season goes from June the 1st through November 30th.
Yeah.
Yep, a very long time.
Yep. Usually it starts kicking up though for us. Usually that what August? It's
Yeah.
usually when it
That's
starts.
about when it starts. July and
Well,
August when it starts about here.
Yeah.
well, you guys remember when the storm came that it wasn't a hurricane, but it was a tornado here at my house and tore everything up. That was May 18th. So
So it's already been a year ago today.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Today's
Yep.
18th.
Yep.
Oh, why just tell me that? Now something bad's gonna happen today.
No,
Because you just said May the 18th, and I looked at my clock and it says 12:15 a.m. May the 18th.
You could have left me thinking it was the 16th.
Well, I didn't need you losing 2 days of the week. One day, losing one day is bad enough. Okay, Gigi.
Well, let's hope nothing happens because storms are gonna come and we have storms tomorrow too on the 18th. This is just wonderful. Oh,
Well,
it's a
hopefully.
thunderstorm.
Okay, so the ones that I just saw on the radar though, that's supposed to start at like 2:30 in the morning, or yeah, 2:30 in the morning. So just like in a couple more hours for you. They didn't look that bad. They just were thunderstorms, not like high winds or anything like that.
well, the one that hit my house last year, May 18th, came out of nowhere. It was a microburst of straight line winds. It was just
But
sprinkling outside.
but this one's not coming out of nowhere. I've done gave you a 2.5 hour warning.
No,
Right.
no, I mean, we knew we were getting storms, but not high winds or anything. It was just like they called it a freak of nature.
Yeah, they do that here too. But where I live at, because so at the end of the road down here, when you're coming down my road, one side is all open fields. It's all cow pastures. The other side is woods, then a clear cut, and then a horse farm, and then woods the rest of the way down, all the way to my house. right in front of my house is young pine trees. It's only been there 10 years or so. They're not very tall at all. But on the other side, like I can literally see daylight through them into the open field. So when the high winds come across that open field and they hit those trees, there's not enough there to slow them down when it hits my house. And now if it comes from, and that's coming from the west, which is usually how, the arch storms come or whatever. If the winds are coming from the west, we get hit hard. From the south, north, or east, every now and then, it's not that bad because it's nothing but woods all other directions around me. King said I could never survive the south. It's really not that bad down here. I mean, we just have a couple of tornadoes, a few hurricanes every year. We have hella humidity and like 112-degree weather. It's not that bad.
I was just getting ready to tell you that the mosquitoes this year are apparently immune to citronella candles because
they're biting. I forgot about the mosquitoes too, King. We have flying dinosaurs.
I had one at the beginning of your live that bit me between my toes. These suckers,
they're horrible.
They really are, and you can't wear makeup in the summer, King. It's like don't even try to put makeup on. It's going to just melt off.
It will melt off, and then in about the end of this month, starting in the first part of June, then we have the June bugs that if you walk outside when it's dark, they will literally attack you.
Oh, don't forget about the love. What do they call them?
The love bugs. We have those. Have those started? We haven't had those this year yet, have we?
No. And and King, they're literally doing it while flying in the air. So they're attached to each other, and they will be so bad that if you walk outside, you can't open your mouth because
you will cover you. Yeah.
You will eat them.
You drive down the road, you get home, the front of your car is full of them.
Yeah, you got to clean them off your car because their acid and their poop
but it's
destroys their paint.
But it's really not that bad down here.
Oh yeah, it's really not that bad. Yeah, Don't forget about the alligators.
Yeah, we got alligators, and I think, if she really came here and gave it a shot, I think she would be okay.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
I think she would survive.
When I came from California, my first few years here.
Don't let them touch you, King Scarlet.
It was rough.
You gotten any cicada birds yet? I don't have a lot of cicadas around here. Now, Avery used to have hella cicadas.
Yeah, I miss them.
It's not that bad here.
Yeah, we don't have them that bad here. The June bugs haven't started here yet. And y'all, my daughter, oh my God, she is scared shitless of a June bug.
Oh God, they get in your hair with their claws, and you can't get them out. Oh,
their legs are sticky, so whenever they fly on you or land on you, whatever, they just stick to you.
Yeah. Even on your jeans.
Yep.
Even if they.
Oh, Gigi, you didn't miss nothing. We were just telling King Scarlet how it is here in the South, and she's,
how wonderful it is.
Yeah, how good it is, and it's not that bad, and she should come try it out. One thing that I will give Louisiana, though, King, we have some hella good food. So the good food makes up for all the other stuff.
Oh, if King came, boy, I could take her. I could do all the stuff with her when I first came here to Alabama. The mud riding. We could have a whole lot of fun.
Oh my God, they've done started the mud rides. They've had mud fests here. Softball tournaments have done started. Matter of fact, I need to get in touch with Jana because I seen that they're having a softball tournament.
Yeah.
Over in Monroe or Bastrop. I need to get in touch with her. So yeah, they've already started. All of that shit's done kicked off here.
Oh, Jana's sister's story was on the CW, but it was live on their actual channel on cable. So I don't know how we can watch it yet, but be watching YouTube CW channel because they may end up. Well, I'm sure they will probably upload it eventually.
Okay. Well, some people came. Was it from California? Like a couple of months ago? Okay. All right. I knew that they had came and did an interview and all that with her.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if was coming out. But I do need to get in touch with her though because it's supposed to be a benefit softball tournament, and it's supposed
Yeah.
to be Crystal and another boy that had passed away.
Oh,
Because I know we have several teams around here that go around to like the different benefit tournaments and play in them.
yeah. Mm.
Tiff said y'all stop scaring people the weather as well, but the snacks make up for it. That's what I tried to tell them, Tiff. If she would come to Louisiana and just ate the food, she would forget about everything else.
He must not have seen my comment in Discord the other day when I was out working, delivering my Amazon. I had to put a do-rag around my hair. And that was just to keep my vision clear from sweat dripping down my eyeballs so I could see to drive with a ball cap over it. Finally took my drenched bra off and just tossed it out the window down the highway. I mean, good Lord. And I questioned myself, why do I stay here? Why do I stay here?
Oh, shit, I can't type tonight. Okay.
In fact, I got to get some more do-rags for when I mow the yard.
Gigi, you would love it here if you ever came. If you go to the right places where the food is actually good, like good restaurants up my way, or just go down and get in with some locals down south, you would love it.
Ooh, Scarlett, did you see my picture today of what we had, what we ate?
Girl, I seen it and kept on going.
We had a shrimp crab boil.
I don't care. I
It
don't want
is
to hear it.
I don't care.
good.
Don't want to hear it.
Oh, it's so good.
I actually have shrimp in my freezer. I just don't want to cook them.
Well, they use Louisiana Cajun crab boil stuff, so it was a little spicy, but with a lot of lemon
Oh,
and butter.
That's what you're supposed to use. It's not spicy.
I'm not used to it that spicy. I think they use too much, but
No,
I'm not used to it being that spicy.
you can't use too much of that.
It lit my ass up.
Girl, then you couldn't handle a crawfish boil here.
Probably not. I was
They-
squeezing so much
because
lemon on it.
There are people that will use the powdered crab boil and then
That's what
then put the liquid in it too.
Ooh,
Yes.
I think that maybe that might be what they did today because they definitely had the powder and I seen the liquid, but I didn't see them use the liquid. I wonder if that's what they did.
They will use the powder, the liquid, and they put the onions, the mushrooms, the corn, sausage, all that different potatoes and everything in it.
Jaden took a bite and it came right back out his mouth.
Yeah, but I'm
It's
used to eating
hot.
stuff like that. So I know one thing, I can boil, if I do like boiled shrimp in the house, using that, everybody's damn sinuses in the house opens up.
Yeah.
But
It's interesting how that stuff, the Louisiana Cajun boil, the powder,
Mhm.
how when it's boiling, it smells sweet, but it's not sweet when it goes in your mouth.
It's spicy. It's supposed to be
It's
spicy.
It's a tricker.
But see, we're
Yeah.
used to it though.
But I like the sweet smell because I was like, ooh, what does that smell? Like,
Yeah,
why
it
you
really
guys-
does. It really does smell good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
See, you need to go to a crawfish bowl. That's what you need to go to.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
Courtney.
I have finally popped my crawfish cherry. I know how to do it now. I know how to pop the head off and pull the meat out and suck it and everything. I am now a pro.
And
There
you're
is
how
a-
old?
She's now a pro, but put her up against somebody in Louisiana and see how big of a pro she is.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't even get any crawfish this year. That shit's too fucking expensive.
Maybe that's why they didn't have that in it today. It was just crab legs and shrimp,
Yeah.
potatoes, corn, sausage. hard-boiled eggs. What else?
Okay, I've never ate it with eggs in it.
Well, they leave it. They put them on the top. You know, they're the whole egg. And they just
Right.
sit them on after they pour it out. They just sit them around on the top.
Yeah, I've never. Well, I've never been to a crawfish bowl, or we've never had one that we use eggs.
I will never forget when
I
we
would
moved
never
here to
eat.
Alabama and went to our first crawfish boil, and we had no idea what that was. We'd never heard of it before. And me and my mom were just standing there. Not everybody was chowing down, and my mom says they have eyeballs. I don't think we should eat those. And I was like looking, and I'm like, it looks like they're looking at us, you know? And then she's like, why in the world would they not at least take the eyeballs off? And I'm like, I don't know, but we moved on. We didn't eat any, no, not one single bite.
We don't pay attention to the eyes,
Mm. It's
honestly.
like they're looking at you, pleading with you, like, don't eat me, but they're already dead. It's terrible. Hey, Joe, I can hear you.
I didn't say anything.
I can hear you laughing.
The voodoo eyes. I don't care.
Only
They
you
are.
would say they were looking at you. With the
I
little
wanted some
beady
this year,
eyes.
but they were too damn expensive. So I'm not paying almost $10 a pound for crawfish.
Crazy. I don't eat
Let's
crawfish. I
see.
ain't gotta
I
worry
would
about it.
have to have all the meat separately with the mild spice. I would tear it up then. Yes. Now, see, Gigi, like when my grandfather used to, when we would have a crawfish bowl, he would get three sacks, 40 pound sacks of crawfish. And he would do
Mm.
one that was, one ice chest was not, hey, Sarah, how are you? That wasn't spicy, like had very, very little seasoning on it. And then he would do the one that was kind of medium, and then the one that was like really hot. Um,
Oh, so
that
you
way,
could choose.
yeah, that way you could choose which one you, because at that time I was little, so I couldn't eat the ones that was like really hot,
Yeah.
and so we that's how my grandfather would do it. Now once I got up older, we only had to have, which he was still about a 3 bags, because I mean it was like me, my mom, my dad, my uncle, grandparents, and other people that came and ate. But he would just do like the medium and the hot. Sarah, it is so good to see you.
I got a dysfunction. These citronella candles, I think they're missing the citronella, or they really are
It's,
immune this year.
it's just they're probably immune to it and they're not paying any attention anymore.
Gosh.
Well, see, King, if we're making you hungry, then that is a good reason right there. You got to come to Louisiana. I will take you to all the good spots, get you all the good food. Matter of fact, tomorrow I'm going to get me a loaded baked potato.
And then come to Alabama so I can take you out with some of these good old country people. And let you see how they party.
I think y'all pretty much party the same way we party over here. It's just a different
Yep.
state.
Yep. So the hold my beer and watch this shit is a real thing.
Yes, it is. It really is. So it's just outside cheering the lizards on. I need them to get the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes haven't been that bad here.
God, because they're all
Not
here at my house.
You can't even sit outside without them attacking.
Yeah, they are
Nighttime.
here.
I
Terribly.
walked outside to smoke a cigarette and got attacked by 2 of them.
Vapor says that's real everywhere. I don't know, dude. In the South, when somebody says "hold my beer and watch this,"
It's about to get
like,
real.
yeah, shit's about to happen. So either
You're
you're gonna laugh
definitely
your
gonna-
ass off, or somebody's supposed to go to the hospital.
Yep. Depends on how drunk they are.
Exactly. It's
I'll tell them hold my water and watch this.
yeah.
I've seen some of the
they do.
craziest stuff here.
Oh my god! Especially like at a mud ride or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god! You put a bunch of rednecks with some mud and some ATVs,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna see something. Oh, y'all, I need to get off here. I said I was only gonna say an hour and a half, and I've been here an hour and 45 minutes.
Yep, you sure have. Time flies when you're
Sorry.
having fun.
I know. I actually
Alright.
ate before I went live, so I'm not hungry. I had to force feed myself, but sounds like all kinds of fun. We do have a lot of fun here.
Mm-hmm.
That's no lie there. Uh Gigi, I think so. I would have to go through I think you had sent it to me in an email, I believe. If I'll go through my email and see if I can find it and give it to her. See, I had to bring Lost with me when I go to Avery so she can level us out.
Oh, and we have to go cow tipping.
Yes.
You better leave them cows alone.
Oh
See-
man, it's been a minute since I've done that.
So you haven't lived until you're in the middle of a field
Tell
at a
me.
bonfire all
Oh.
night long with some Boone's Farm.
Strawberry Hills.
Yes.
Do it again.
Wait, you think Scar would level you two out? Hey, I can hold my own. I can go against them two right there any day, anytime, don't matter. They ain't got shit on Scarlet. Promise
Scarlett
you
is the
that.
one coming up with the idea. Ooh, let's show her this.
I would have her jumping out of trees in a bayou to go swimming.
The baby
my
said leave the
gosh.
cows alone.
As Scott says, snipe honey.
Yep, I have a feeling Scarlett would get us in the most.
I can't hang around with you guys. You get me in trouble.
I can come up with some shit. Like we have a place
We
here
know.
that's like for the locals to go swimming. That's actually it's off of the lake, but it's like a bayou that runs through that area, and they've got 3 different diving boards in a tree.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Betty Joe, we don't get in trouble. We know all the back roads to avoid the
exactly.
popo to get home.
And I know all of them too, so I'm not worried about anything.
As long as we ain't got to run, I'll be all right because I can't barely walk.
Oh no, we may drive really really fast, but we ain't gonna run from
Well,
them.
that's fine. I can do
It is
driving.
the best feeling pulling into your house knowing that you just outran the popo.
But you got to leave the cows alone. The baby said leave the cows alone.
I don't know. Yes, they do, Vapor. They also know me. That is true. But yeah, we could have fun because there's a lot of cows. There's a whole damn cow field across the road from my house.
My child, she wants a baby cow.
She needs her a miniature house cow.
No.
I want a miniature goat.
We
Pick
already
me goat.
have.
No, trust me, you do not want to go.
We
Trust
already
me.
have 3 dogs in the house.
The little miniature
No,
ones that
you don't.
run
I'm telling
sideways.
you
They're
don't
so
want to.
cute.
If you're gonna
they
get a
say they're
goat, you need it. You would have to put it outside because it will ram you.
Yeah.
Their tops
The
of their
little
heads hurt.
pygmies?
Yes,
Really?
their hooves hurt, and they chew on everything.
Yeah.
Yes,
They say the baby ones, the miniature ones, are mean.
Well, they're
Wow.
playing, but
Yeah.
yeah, they will like run into you with their head. That shit hurts. Yeah.
And that they will chew everything you have.
Vapor said, "You think you run into shit in the house to get the goat?" Like literally, they chew on everything. They are very messy. If you had it in the house, you would have to keep a diaper on it.
Oh gosh.
Chrissy's like, I've never been cow tipping. You've never lived unless you went cow tipping, girl.
We're all going to jail.
Christy, what you doing tomorrow night?
God. Don't do it, Christy. Don't do it.
No,
It's actually really messed up.
Vapor's like, neither have I. We got to get King Scarlet here, though. Like, she's got to visit the South at least once for like a week. She needs a week in Louisiana and a week in Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
She needs a good 2 weeks of the South. She
She'll
wouldn't want
be
to go.
scarred. She'll be scarred for life.
She would be, but she would love it so much she wouldn't want to go back to California.
Nope.
She'd be like, God dang, y'all have so much fun out here. I'm going to stay down here with y'all. There's cow pastures. See, Christy, you were right there. Just wait till it gets dark and then bitches are asleep and over they go.
That's mean. Them poor cows.
Well, let's just put it this way. I have not done anything illegal since
And cow tipping is illegal.
It's that long.
uh 15, 16. Then I was gonna say yesterday. No, what did I do yesterday? I didn't do anything illegal yesterday. It's been a while. I don't get in trouble like I used to. Since I had kids, I don't do that much stuff no more.
My girls would be the ones to get me in half the trouble.
My daughter, she like if me and her go somewhere and we start cutting up together, and then she's like, "No, we got to stop because we'll get in trouble."
Not mine.
But no, seriously, I have not gotten in trouble since I was a teenager.
That doesn't mean she hasn't done anything illegal. It just means she hasn't been caught.
See, Commander knows what's up. No, I haven't done anything illegal in a very, very, very long time.
Yeah,
Honestly,
me either.
I really haven't. No cow tipping. I haven't done nothing like that since I was a teenager. It's been, oh God,
It's not ugly.
shit. Since it had to be before I was about 15. I'm not trying to fool y'all. I'm being honest. I have not gotten in
I was
trouble.
22.
I have not gotten in trouble. I had my oldest son when I was 19, and I have not gotten in trouble since then. It's been a really long time. I've had run-ins with the law, but I have not. It's not because I did something. All right, y'all. I need to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump down.
I think I'm fixing to go to bed. Maybe I can get some sleep tonight. I'm hoping that Sally Mae can get some sleep because she had that poor woman there. She
Yeah.
she hasn't been getting a whole lot of sleep, and then when she does go to sleep, it's not the sleep that she needs.
Yeah.
So, Gigi, you can't put me and my daughter in a serious situation. For real, because we're just looking at each other and we're going to bust out laughing. We can never get in trouble with each other, not doing things together and get in trouble because, yeah.
That used to be me and my sister.
Because me and her are just too much alike. And like I said, if we just looked at each other in a serious situation, we're both laughing. Sweet Melissa said, I've never heard of cow tipping until I watched the movie Cars. All right,
All right, y'all. I'm going to hop down.
All
Yeah,
right.
me too.
Thank y'all
You guys
both for
have a
coming
good night.
up.
Yep.
Thank you. You guys have a good night.
All right, you too.
Good night.
Have a good night. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Tomorrow night, Sunday night, I will not be here. But Christy, have a good night. But I am going to tomorrow get up and start working on a new look for the channel and try to get some new merch out. Faber, have a good night. So once I get the new merch out, I'll post a link in Discord and maybe on my community post so y'all can check it out. But I love you all. Y'all have a good night. If storms come through where you're at, please be safe. And I will talk to y'all sometime tomorrow in Discord or wherever. And Gigi, I will look for I'll go through tomorrow through my emails and look and see if I still have your number. And if I do, I'll pass it on to Meta Mom. All right. I love y'all.